Hey everybody, my name is Jared, and today I'm going to be showing you how to install the LED lighting kit for the Volkswagen Mark 6 GTI Golf, and in this case the Golf R. Now this lighting kit that I got is from deautokey.com, and they include this trim kit with your order. So hopefully you got the trim kit, and let's show you what is included in the whole LED lighting kit. So taking the items out of the bag, you should have a package for the vanity and glove box lights, 2 license plate light housing things, package for the dome lights, and a package for the trunk and footwells. So the first thing we're going to start with is the dome lights, which I don't know if you've noticed, but I've already replaced these. But I'm going to show you how to take apart the housing anyway, so you can pull it off and you'll get the picture on how to actually pull the lights out. Now a lot of people that don't have the trim kit use a old gift card or plastic credit card, something that you don't want to use anymore, and they just come in here and they work around, kind of fit it in there, and then use their finger once they get a little bit of pull and just kind of use the card as a way to not bend any single piece of plastic too much to where it might break. Alright, so there you go. You have the 3 lights, and the old bulbs will be in these positions. You should do this with the door shut so that the old bulbs aren't too hot, or you can get a glove. Just make sure they're not turned on when you're actually pulling them out, just in case any fuses blow, or you may, who knows, get electrical shock. Then when you're done, just take the cover, make sure it lines up, make sure nothing's getting pushed around too much, line it up in there, and start snapping around. And there you go. So that one's really easy. Alright, so the front dome lights are pretty tricky, but I took the credit card and put it in right in the middle of this thing with these little hole like air vents, and I went around and then I used the pry tool right here with the trim removal kit with the 3 edges and went in, and there's this clip right here, and that undid itself. And you have to be careful because this is really thin plastic right here. It looks like it could snap. You never know what's going to happen. So I'm going to come over here with the credit card on this side. Oop, and it just snapped free. So then there's also 2 more clips at the bottom down here, and just be very careful. So I just popped that bottom left one right there with the pry tool, and then I'm going to use the credit card to see if I can get that one easier. Slipping it in, boom, right there. Okay, so if you look, 2 clips very close to the edges of the bottom, 2 clips kind of in the middle here that attach right there, and then they have these little plastic hangers. So next, there are 2 Torx screws right here that we'll need to remove. And in this case, these happen to be T20 Torx screws. So you should be able to just maneuver, pull it out. So if you pull it out, there's these 2 clips you can see. You can probably push on the back of them and it'll come out easier, or just kind of be real gentle when pulling it out. So then there are these 2 clips, one here and one here. There's these little square notches that have little plastic clips behind them. So just kind of push on them. I use the Allen wrench, and then now the whole housing comes down. So now that it's hanging, we have some pieces for the microphone and to power the lights. Make sure that your dome lights are off. If you want to be super safe, you should unplug this clip so there's no power going to the lights. Yep. So then you'll see these 2 black plastic pieces on the back, and you're supposed to turn these 90 degrees so they come out, but they're kind of hard, so I have a pretty small pair of pliers, and I'm going to take them. Oh, so much easier, but be careful. So here's what the bulb piece looks like. And you're just going to take it, get a nice grip on it, and pull it straight out like that. Then you're going to take the new LED bulb and put it right on in there. Hopefully we have the polarity right. We're just kind of guessing. If it's wrong, pull it back out. Make sure you don't put the panel all back together before you try out whether or not the bulbs are right. I'm going to put one piece back in. Be very careful. It should just go in real easy, even if I have to use a wrench, because I got wuss hands. Now we'll plug the power back in for the lights, flip the switch, and it looks like they're both working, so awesome. Now we can put the panel back together. Start with the pushing the light side in first, and then those two little clips that we popped out before, clip right back in, put the screws back in. Then we can take the little decorative panel here, pop the clips back in, and then pop it all back into place. Check it one more time. Beautiful. So when doing the vanity lights, it's very important to know that there is a metal spring clip on the side and it's located towards the outside of the car. I made the mistake and thought it was on the inside and ended up breaking this clear plastic. Common mistake I found out on the forums, but if you're watching this, just know, take your trim tool or whatever tool you have and go from the outside of the car. Also note that when you're doing this, if you look closely, especially after I remove it, I hope you can see it, there's a metal ring around this. And if you have one of these trim tools, you can actually get behind that and try to take the whole housing out. Try not to do that. You want to look in there, look on the side, and get in between that metal ring and then this metal clip. You can see the bulb that you're going to replace is right there. Now, when pulling this out, it's pretty snug. You may want to use your trim removal tool, but be careful, don't fling it towards your face, or else you will get a light bulb in the face. Okay, and here's what the new bulb looks like. And you'll see in these two contacts, there's a little hole in the middle of each side, and you want to try to line that up. Of course, you want the yellow LED parts to be facing the bottom here. So this doesn't fit very snugly as put on by one of the people who wrote another tutorial. So they suggest bend these pieces of metal a little bit towards each other so that it will fit more snug, and I'm going to do that now. Again, if you want to be super safe about this, you should disconnect your battery. Or make sure you just don't push that, or you can disconnect this. That would be smart. Okay, so I bent them towards each other a little bit. Definitely a better fit. Fits in there nice and snug, and then we'll just put this guy back up in here and push the clip. And to check, open that, looks good. Now these footwells are kind of a pain in the ass. If you look in here, there's a notch that frees them out, and you have to get in with your trim tool. On the passenger side, it's kind of hard in. And especially in the glove box, you have to get right up against this piece of plastic here to pull this thing out. But you'll see a notch in the footwells and the glove box. Get in there, you pry it out, and it'll fall out. And when you do get them pried out, you'll see the little black plastic clips that are holding it in place and supplying the power. Put some gloves on because they're probably going to be hot, and just pinch the clip so that it falls out. And after experimenting with the trim removal kit, I found it way easier if you have one of these tiny jewelry screwdrivers, flathead, to get in there, kind of come at an angle like this, and just be very careful not to damage the plastic. So then, once you have the footwells and the glove box light housings out, you need to get this cover off from this metal housing, I guess. And what you can do is you can take your tiny screwdriver and pry this metal back just enough to pop the plastic out from the metal. So then this is what the bulb looks like with the metal off. And what I did to get the actual bulb out is I took my screwdriver and kind of just pried it up to do like that. When you're putting your new LED bulb in, make sure that the yellow parts are facing down into the plastic so it shines correctly. So just like that, push it in there. All right, looking good. Also note that the Footwell LEDs in this particular kit are larger than the glove box LED bulbs, so make sure you don't screw those up. They're in separate packages on purpose. That's probably why they did that. You definitely want your Footwells to be a lot brighter than the glove box. The trunk light has sort of the same thing going on. The clip is on the right side here. So we'll go ahead and remove that. So there it is right there, and you'll see the bulb in there. And again, I'm going to use my gloves to remove the plastic clip supplying the power. And here you can see a significant difference in the size of the old bulb and the new LED bulb. You can see that the LED bulb is a little bit shorter, so you're definitely going to have to bring the two contacts, the two metal pieces, or the two metal prongs, a little bit closer so it fits snugly. Alright, so now we have all of the interior done, and all we have left to do is the license plate lights, which in the kit comes with two of these things, and what it looks like is that it connects to your factory light harness. So all you have to do is pop these out, pop the new ones in, and then you're done. So there you can see on each side there's a little clip that holds these things. And we're going to take our little pry tool right here and just pop them out. They actually come out really easy. So there they are. We're going to unclip, but just pull back and push out. Here's what the old ones look like. Kind of look LED to me. Here's the new one. Let's see if it clips in. Kind of clips in okay. Let's see, here, I'll hook back in one of the regular ones so we can have a comparison. I don't have much of a click on the new LED. Let's turn on the lights and find out what happens. Here's the new one, there's the old one. Quite a difference. These are LEDs, these old lights, but quite a bit of difference in brightness. Tuck all this in here. Got a little extra metal thing. Let's see if they clip back in. Ooh, even got a click out of it. All right, pretty good. So now we're all done. That's what the LED license plate looks like at night. And if I pop this door real quick, you can see how much brighter the interior looks with the LEDs. And check out the Footwells too. Pretty cool.